We tried to get an update from Chris Foster with Horizon Development and the Osage Beach Outlet Mall, right? The Lake News Online article a couple of weeks ago came out and Horizon announced, hey, they are excited. This will be the biggest thing since sliced bread that's ever happened at Lake of the Ozarks, bigger than anything going on right now, essentially alluding to the Oasis, right?
Yeah.
Amusement park, saying bigger than that. And so we announced that discrepancy with the city of Osage Beach as far as not being in contact. And I still have yet to hear back from Chris Foster, and it just makes me think at this point in time, over the last 3 to 4 years, there have been a handful of instances that the Fosters, right, wrong, or different, have been excited or announced big plans for new projects or developments, and it hasn't come to fruition. And so at this point, at this juncture, I'm a bit hesitant to know how big or how involved the Fosters are with the outlet mall or how quick that's going to happen, because that article was awesome.
Yeah.
But until the city is in contact with Horizon and they've got a TIF or a redevelopment agreement, I don't see the outlet mall happening without a TIF or something as far as that's concerned. And so it'll be interesting to see, but I still have yet to hear back from Chris Foster. And I think what may have happened is the Horizon team was like, hey, like, let's not be picking fights with the city. We've gotten to this point. Let's really maybe keep our hand a little closer to our chest. And so, I mean, I can't confirm that, but just the fact I have yet to hear back from Chris Foster, maybe they're going to be a little more quiet and a little more cautious as far as what they do or don't say. Because, I mean, that article at Lake News Online got the city excited, but it also got people throwing darts at the city of Osage Beach saying, hey, you guys ought to really know what's going on. And it's like, well, we don't know of anything going on since December of last year. And so maybe it was just a timing issue with the Lake News Online article, but it doesn't seem to be anything new since December of 2024 in regards to the outlet mall that I can confirm.
It was just really weird when, Chris Foster came out and gave us all those details about what their plans were and, how soon. I mean, he said, you can look for bulldozers and all that in the next few months. And then at the same time, the city's like, what are you talking about? We don't know any of this stuff. So that disconnect there was kind of unnerving, that, the one side is saying, oh yeah, we've got all these plans, let's get going. And the city's going, we haven't heard any of this. So, there's something going on there that's not good. Hopefully they'll come together and they'll get to work on this and get something done with that mall, because right now it's just an eyesore. But it does seem like, they're a long way apart right now. And
Sure.
You mentioned, the Fosters with all the different ideas. A couple years ago, they had this great idea for a big sports complex, like down KK somewhere. And I don't think anything came of that, that I know of. I haven't heard anything. And then, the first go around they had with the outlet mall, and that kind of fell through. Everybody, knew about that, heard about that. So I'm really pulling, for the Fosters and the develop and everything that they can get this done. But still seems like they're a long way apart.
Yeah, I'd love to see it happen, pulling for Horizon, pulling for the Fosters, pulling for Take It Off Development, Oasis, all of those pin seekers as far as with the Boyers and what they're going to do with that.
You know what? That would be such a cool thing here at the lake. There's nothing else like it. The pin seekers, the Top Golf kind of thing that they were planning out there, that would be such a cool event, a place to go. I think it'd be hugely popular.
Yeah, and easy, as we talk about some of the new things that we've talked about maybe being ready in 2025, is also George Tucker's new entertainment district.
That's
down
right,
there off
yeah.
the Bagnell Dam Strip, right there next to Neon Taco. We've seen some work being done there over the winter, but you have all these projects, and I think that people get a little antsy here at Lake of the Ozarks. Like, they're ready to see something done, they're ready to see something open, and as we learn, and as we're looking into some of these big projects, these big developments, like, they are very complex.
Oh,
they do
man.
require a ton of work, and you can just expect delays. And so my hope is that they all come to fruition. But you can see the antsy nature of our Lake of the Ozarks community grow, especially with the outlet mall and the way that went down. Pin seekers filing for bankruptcy. I mean, there's just so many things, obstacles.
Well, and part of the reason for that is because we have had so many delays. It's like with the Oasis theme park. They were supposed to be open this summer, right? But with all the delays with the timeshares and all that stuff. That moved that all back a year, you know, and they've been very open and honest about what's been going on in the time frame, but it's still been a delay. And that outlet mall's just been ridiculous, you know, with all the stops and starts and stories and non-stories, you know, that's just been going, it's been about a decade for that now, that's been sitting there falling apart. It's crazy.